Hello, 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 hello. We are live. I'm live, and we are here today for another everyday English lesson right here on English Outside the Box. All right, so if you are not new, if you are a student who comes and learns with me every week, welcome, welcome back. It's so good to have you. I want to see who's watching. I want to see who is live with me right now. So if you're watching live, say hello in the chat. Tell me who you are. Tell me where you're from. I want to see the familiar faces, and I want to see new faces as well. So definitely say hello and let me know where you're watching from. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome. I'm Jennifer Nascimento, and I'm the founder and teacher at English Outside the Box. And at English Outside the Box, on these YouTube lessons, on my website, in everything I do, I try to connect you. I do connect you with natural, real, everyday English. These lessons are called Everyday English Lessons because they help connect you to a skill that's necessary and that you would need in your daily life, in your everyday English use. So I would love to know why you're learning English as well. Are you needing English every single day for work, for studying? Maybe you live in an English-speaking country. So, hello. There's actually a lot of new faces in the chat, and there are some familiar faces as well. Poland, Saudi Arabia, Colombia, Brazil, Bremen. I don't have my glasses on. Cambodia, Brazil. Awesome. We have people from all over the world. Welcome. Okay. So today we're focusing on pronunciation. Everybody say it with me. Pronunciation. So pronunciation, we have France in the house. Pronunciation. Now, this is obvious, and this is obviously important for your everyday English skills because pronunciation is how you speak. So we're going to be talking about pronunciation today, and we're going to be talking about a pronunciation principle called a consonant blend. Maybe you've also read about it or heard about it as a consonant cluster. I also would love to know, what do you know about consonant clusters? What do you know about pronunciation? And we're going to get into it in a few minutes. So this pronunciation lesson is definitely going to be helpful for you if you need to improve the way that you speak in English, and if you need to sound more natural when you speak. I am from the United States, so I teach American English. So everything we're going to be reviewing today, of course, is American English and American English pronunciation principles. So just make sure you know that, because there are definitely differences between American and British English. So consonant blends. What is that? What is a consonant blend? Well, a consonant, are letters in the alphabet that are not vowels. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U. All of the other letters are consonants. So a consonant blend or a consonant cluster is a combination of 2 or 3 consonants together. These consonants come together in a word, and they produce a very distinct, a very particular sound. However, normally in these consonant clusters or consonant blends, you hear both or all 3 of the sound within the word, within the pronunciation. So I hope I haven't lost anyone yet with that definition. So it's absolutely important. So, all right. So keep talking to me in the chat. I do read it. However, I'm going to kind of stay on track with this lesson to make sure we don't get too confused. So if you're brand new to English, if you're just starting, if you're a basic learner, That's okay. This is still a great place to start. Pronunciation is important no matter where you are in your English journey. So you need it if you're a basic level student learning, and if you're advanced, you probably need to break some bad pronunciation habits. But as you begin to learn pronunciation, you might focus on some individual sounds. You might start with the letters of the alphabet. You'll learn the vowels, the long and the short, A, ah. You'll learn the consonants, B, You'll practice these sounds individually. And that's a great place to start. You definitely need to understand how each letter of the alphabet sounds, how to form those sounds in English to be able to speak accurately. But as I mentioned, we have something called consonant blends. So that's when we put some of these together. There are tons and tons of combinations. If you type in consonant blend list on Google, for example, you'll see tons. Today, what I want to focus on is consonants B with the L and the R, because a B creates a lot of issues with several different languages learning English. It's often confused with the P. Sometimes it's confused with the V. And we're going to focus on the R and the L because, again, those are sounds that are pretty difficult as well. We have Japan in the house, Iran. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So let's just quickly review how each of those sounds, the B, the L, and the R, sound, how they look, and how you need to be pronouncing them in English. So again, I mentioned that the B is often confused with the P, mostly for my Arabic speakers, and it's often confused with the V. I had to like go through the languages in my head here. So the B, boy, baby, is often confused. So make sure you know how to say, produce that sound. B. And what you want to do is practice the sound individually. B. And then you want to practice by putting it into words. Boy, baby. Perhaps you hear my baby in the background playing upstairs with grandpa. So you want to, the L and the B are very similar to the ones in my mother tongue. Awesome. So if you speak a language where the B, the L, and the R are similar, then you're lucky, you got this, but you still need to practice. So when you're done practicing the B, you're going to go into the L, because we're talking about the L today. L. When I'm practicing, I want to exaggerate this sound. I want to exaggerate it so I build the muscles in my mouth to produce it accurately. L, like lady. Louisiana. It's always hard to think of words on the spot. L, and then we get to the R sound. The R sound is so difficult. It's why my pronunciation, or my Phrasal Verb Club members, it's why we're focusing on it so much this month. R, Now, my Brazilians here in the house, my Portuguese speakers, they confuse it with the H. R, My Japanese student, my Korean students, they confuse it with the L. The R and the L is confused. So the R is quite difficult. Tons of other languages as well don't make the R, strong enough in English. So make sure you really get comfortable pronouncing that R. Focus on the mouth position and everything that's part of that. All right. David Ramirez, hi, it's very hard to say a B different to a V. Exactly like I said, I believe your native language is Spanish, so the B and the V is difficult. Okay, So we just quickly reviewed the b, the l, and the sounds, the b, the l, and the r. So we're going to focus on words that start with a B. But notice how different my mouth position is when I say words with a B and a vowel. Baby, boy, baby, boy. So you can hear the difference and you can see the difference in my mouth position there. Now, what about when we say things like blend, 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 or bread, bread, bread? So notice the difference in blend, bread, blend, bread. Even though the B perhaps starts the same with my lips together, the next sound is so important to how my mouth transitions and moves to create the sounds that are coming next. Blend, blend. It immediately, my tongue is waiting, it's ready, it's in the position to go to produce the blend sound. And I'm saying blend like B-L-E-N-D. And it's quite different to the bread sound, the B-R-E-A-D, like what you eat. Bread, bread. And so what I want this live lesson to give you practice and to show you and to help you understand is, of course, how important your is when you're studying, when you're practicing, and when you're trying to improve your pronunciation. So if you're trying to improve your pronunciation and you are not using a mirror, you're not recording yourself, you're not looking and comparing your mouth in some way to your teacher, then you're going to run into some difficulties, or you might have some issues checking your accuracy and checking your progress. So if you have not, I recommend that very, very soon, today, right now, after this lesson, you make a video recording of yourself saying some of these words. Blend, bread, blend, bread. And you focus on how your mouth looks compared to mine, how your sound sounds compared to mine. You're going to use that recording today, and you're going to compare it to yourself in 6 weeks after you've practiced pronunciation and really, really worked on improving your pronunciation skills in English. You can use that video as a progress check and to check to see how much you've improved. It's also a great motivator when you do that. It's also a great motivator. Okay, so coming back to the chat, right now, do we have any questions about what we've reviewed so far? Right now, I was just showing you how important the position of your mouth is, how your mouth is going to change depending on that next sound. And I want to know if there's any questions or if you have any doubts so far in this lesson. Because you're watching live, you are able to ask me live, answer live, and get some feedback. If you're watching the replay, you can still comment any questions or doubts below this video or on the blog, and we can get to that later as well. So we have, however, the L in English demands more care. You have to be more careful when putting the tongue behind the upper teeth. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's just look at some lists. R is very important, is very difficult to pronounce in the words like computer. Nasur, yes, the ER, the R, it's so important. Let's look at some words with the BL and BR consonant blends for you to practice. Now, in this video, you are going to utilize me, you're going to use me and practice with the shadowing technique. So you're going to hear me saying the words, and then you're going to check your pronunciation live with me right now, saying the words out loud wherever you're watching, even if you're at the shopping mall, or you can always watch the replay and practice and repeat with me later. So starting with BR consonant blends, listening to me, repeating, and practicing. We're going to focus on some words that are really important. And then I'll try to use them in a sentence as well. Bridge. Bridge. You must cross the bridge. 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 Breath. Breath. I have good breath. 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 Bread. Bread. I love bread. 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 Bright. 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 So what are the words that I've written so far? If you're watching live, type them in the chat so I know that you know which words we're talking about. We said bridge, breath. Then what else did we say? Bread and bright. Awesome. Gonna move over to the BL, bl. Okay? Bleed. Bleed. Good, everyone's writing it in the chat. Awesome, thanks for the participation. First BL consonant blend word to practice with me, bleed. Bleed. I cut myself. Oh, I hope I don't bleed. I hope I don't bleed. Bleed. A minimal pair to bread, the BR consonant blend, would be bled. The past tense of bleed. Bled. 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 I cut myself and I bled. I bled. There was another good word in the chat, blame. 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 Never blame your sister for something you did. Never blame your sister for something you did. Blame. Blame. And I think we need one more. Blonde. 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 Some of my hair is blonde. Blonde. All right. Woo! So that's a lot of words here. We have bleed, bled. What were the other ones? Blame and blonde. Very, very good. Okay, never blame your sister for something you did. Yes. Okay, so those were some words, individual words that you can practice and that you can say while practicing the br and the bl consonant blends. Br and bl consonant blends. Now, something else I want to introduce as a great way to practice and differentiate the sounds is looking at minimal. Now, minimal pairs are words that are almost identical. They're almost the exact same. However, there's going to be one differing sound. So in my examples, I mentioned we have the BR consonant blend, bread. I love bread. And we have the BL consonant blend, bled. I cut myself and I bled. Bread, bled. Bread, bled. So notice that mouth position and how quickly it changes. Even though we started with b, we quickly change it to br, 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 or bl, 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 bl. It immediately opens up for the l, bled. All right. So that is some practice. So I'm going to give some sentences right now. Well, at the end. At the end, we're going to have a practice makes perfect section. And as a reminder, I know if you watch these lessons every week, I know you know about the lesson notes on my website. However, there are always new people joining these live lessons. There are always new people coming on YouTube. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and tell your friends about this channel. And make sure you head over to my website later on this afternoon to read the full lesson notes for this English lesson. So this English lesson is great for you to practice and improve your listening skills because you're not reading anything along with me. It's all about listening and making sure you can understand your teacher, the native English speaker. I know a lot of people are visual learners. So you'll want to read the lesson notes, the explanations, the definitions, the words, the sentences, and best of all, get the practice exercises on my website. And so that website is www.englishoutsidethebox.com. EnglishOutsideTheBox.com. And you can click on blog and free lessons, and you can definitely access that information. If you're watching the replay, I know there will be a little button, a little eye that you can click and go to later. With the website, with my lesson notes, you're going to get some practice sentences utilizing the words that we've done. So we'll get to that in 1 second. I mentioned that there are tons and tons and tons of consonant blends. For time, for practice, to not overwhelm you, we're just focusing on the BL and the BR today. There are a lot of other really popular sounds like FL or FR, flake, flake, and frown, frown. So again, even with that F, notice that when you make that individual sound, F, my top teeth are on my bottom lip. But that changes. That changes because of the next letter. If I have an L, flake, 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 flake. My F mouth position stays the same with my teeth on my top with my top teeth on my bottom lip. Flake, because the U and the F are quite similar. I don't have to change too much my mouth position. However, with the FR and the the mouth position's so different. So frown, frown, frown. My top teeth aren't resting so much on my bottom lip. Frown, frown. It moves into that position, but it doesn't do on my top lip. And again, that's because of the R sound that comes later. Frown, 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 okay? So the letter, whether it's a consonant or vowel that comes after the consonant, it's going to change that mouth position. People in my Phrasal Verb Conversation Club. Now, if you don't know, I have a monthly training program that you can access at any time because every week there are new materials that I release. This week, in week 3 of August, we're talking about pronunciation and we're talking about the consonant blend TR, treat. However, treat, you notice, doesn't sound the same. So TR completely can change the sound, and we're reviewing that in the Conversation Club. So I want to introduce to you the Phrasal Verb Conversation Club to learn more pronunciation, to continue learning this natural English with me, and to continue getting guided step-by-step help to improve your natural everyday English skills. So if you want to learn more about the Phrasal Verb Conversation Club, if you want to join me and learners around the world and improve your natural English, talk about things like these pronunciation topics, learn more phrasal verbs, and learn more natural English, then come inside the club. You can visit the link below this video, and if you're watching the replay, I'll have a link for you to click up here. If you have questions about the club, you can absolutely let me know as well. Questions live. We're about to wrap it up. We're about to wrap up this live lesson. I'm going to be giving some exercises, some sentences to practice. If you're watching live, now is the time to get your questions in. You're here with me live, which is so cool because it's like you're with me in a classroom or we're like one-on-one together. So you can ask me a question, you can get some feedback. As I'm giving the practice exercises, write your sentences in the comment box so we can review them before we end this lesson. Practice, practice, practice. I mentioned that I want you to record yourself with a video saying these sounds today. I want you to practice with a video so you can compare it to me, compare it to this video, and use it as your progress check for later. You want to practice by starting with the individual sounds. B, Then you want to put the consonant blends together. Br, bull, br, bull, br, bull. Then you want to go into words. Bread, bright, breath, and bridge. And then you want to go into the BL, bleed, bled, blame, and blonde. Want to get comfortable with the sounds, the blends, the words, then you put them into minimal pair comparisons. Bread, bled, bread, bled, bread, bled. And you try to say them really quickly to get your mouth comfortable, changing to the different sounds quickly. Your mouth, these muscles in your face are not used to it. So you need to strengthen them. Bread, bled, bread, bled, bread, bled. Then you want to go into sentences. You want to go into sentences. So we have okay, so we have some sentences. Blend. I'm going to introduce some new words potentially as well. Okay, so we have blend the brown ones. Blend the brown ones. He blew over the bridge. He blew over the bridge. The bloom is bright. The bloom is bright. The blonde broke the vase. The blonde broke the vase. Okay, so you have sounds, blends, words, and sentences that you can go back, practice, and repeat to get more comfortable, to get more confident, and to improve this pronunciation principle. I'm going to hop back in the chat here and see if there are any questions. David Ramirez, flake, F-L-A-K-E, flake. Ordinary. Jeet, we're not talking about that. Staying on topic here. Awesome. So I have people writing the sentences to review. Great. So remember, if you're writing these sentences live in the chat, awesome participation. I absolutely love it. If you need to review the lesson notes, if you need extra support with this video lesson, then in a couple of hours this afternoon, later on today, go to my website so you can review the lesson notes and everything we reviewed in this lesson today. You want to head over to the website EnglishOutsideTheBox.com so you can read the definition of consonant blends, review what I taught today, read some of the sentence examples, and follow the practice exercises. Remember, I am here every single Tuesday at the same time teaching you English, teaching you an everyday English skill, something you need for more comfortable, more confident, and more natural English in your day-to-day life. If you loved this lesson, I'm so happy. Share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe and come join me next Tuesday for another live lesson. As a final reminder, if you need more structured help, more guided practice, and you love my teaching style, then you can join my monthly training program, which is called the Phrasal Verb Conversation Club. This conversation club is giving you the opportunities to have conversations every single week, up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week if you have the opportunity. So I connect you with weekly English resources to help you sound more natural and use more natural English. We have group conversation calls, you have conversation partners. So it's the conversation club. So the focus is helping you have more conversations and speak more natural English. I would love for you to join the club. Come on in and learn with us. You can get information with the link below this video, or if you're watching the replay, by clicking one of the links above. I hope you enjoyed this lesson today. You guys rock. Keep studying hard. Keep focusing hard. I know you can do it. I will see you very soon, and happy studying. And everybody, if you're watching live, follow Diego's advice. Give a like in the video. Diego, thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.